I was having swelling and actually had a big knot in my thumb and just burning, hurting pain all the time when I, used my hand. Anytime I used it, and I used my hands all the time, it was very hard to grip things, it was very hard to open things, lift things. So I just went to have it checked out.
Lou is a patient of mine who's a very nice lady, and I first met her when she was having problems with disabling pain in her thumbs. She had a common condition, osteoarthritis of the basal joint of the thumb. That's the thumb joint that is closest to the wrist, and it's a common joint to develop osteoarthritis. We did what is called a soft tissue arthroplasty of the basal joint of Lou's thumb. And it's a surgery where you remove the arthritic bone so that there's no bone grinding on bone, which is painful, and you replace that with a soft tissue spacer. In her case, we used a tendon in the arm to reconstruct the basal joint of her thumb. This relieved her pain and still left her with full range of motion in the thumb and good grip strength in the hand.
Anyway, I had the right thumb done in '09. I waited, as long as I could before I had the left one done, and I went back, and without any hesitation, it was well worth it because, I have 100% use of my hand now. My husband, Sid, started having issues with his hand, and I was like, well, you've got to call Dr. Brentlinger. He's the only one that you can see that can take care of you.
Couldn't steer the car, had a lot of numbness in my fingers that developed. Just the regular day-to-day events that you would have. Dr. Brentlinger is a hand specialist, and so that's why we went to Dr. Brentlinger, because of his ability to focus on the hands, and those were where we were having issues.
Sid's problem was carpal tunnel syndrome, and he also had developed a problem which we call trigger finger. These are both quite common problems with the hand. I specialize in hand surgery. That would include problems with the fingers, the hand, the wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Common problems would include things like carpal tunnel syndrome, trigger fingers, broken bones in the hand, wrist, and arm, and arthritis type problems.
Dr. Brentlinger was able to put both of our lives back together as they were before. We have 7 grandchildren, and Dr. Brentlinger saw that that was one of the things that we needed to fix so that we could have this quality of life back with the grandkids.
A lot of our friends will give us, kind of talk to us about, wow, you guys are really big fans of his. I said, well, he did every one of our hands. We have no more hands to work on. He's fixed them all. We're great, and we're very thankful.